Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway here in Bristol, Tennessee, the small town. This is the iconic short track, high banks, made of concrete. It's like Dover, but smaller and more fun, some people say. Let's waste no further time and get through your starting lineup. On pole is short track ace Patrick Kamitz with Jeff Jordan to his outside. Row 2 is Neil Dick, another short track expert, and Purab Shrivastava, who currently sits second in points. Michael Parsons and Kurt Perkins, couple rivals, they sit in row 3. Row 4 is Willie Costa and Ronnie Martin. Row 5 is Doge Workington and your current points leader, Ryan Scarrett. Row 6 is Scarrett's teammate, St. Craig, and Fleet Cruz to his outside. Row 7 is Riley Smith and Mark Guerrero. Row 8 is Kyler Sistry and Asher Evelyn. Row 9 is Montana Sherman, and to his outside, Peter Lane. Row 10 is Jonathan Marks, making his final appearance here at Bristol, and Christopher Lattimore to his outside. Row 11, the rookie, Angel Gutierrez, and Caleb Lane to his outside. Row 12 is Kellen Short, and he won this race last year. Alex Davidson, he's looking to defend the win, but he'll be starting far back. Row 13 is Aline McThydig and Sierra Reno. Row 14 is Tsukamoto Kazuko. I'll eventually learn it. They're making their first start of the season. To her outside is Luke Evans. Row 15, I believe, Leroy Conwell, and last race winner, Nelson Reeves. Row 16 is Dan Sedgwick, to his outside Tegan Fox. Row 17 is Anton Alvarez and Mark Evans, another short track specialist, but he's starting a bit farther back and on the outside lane. Carlson Vebelst and Jackson Brown making his first start of the season. Row 19 is Manuel Sanchez and Flandre Wilson. Row 20 is Skippy Larson starting far back here, and Ezekiel Garcia Voss starting to his outside. And in the final row, we only have 41 drivers here. Brock Moore rounds out your 41 car field. Let's waste no further time and get this show on the road. I didn't even have to do anything. And you see the engines fire up here, and cars are now rolling. K-Meets. Jeff Jordan leading the field here. Pace car gonna go onto pit road now. And K-Meets will lead the field to green, and we're underway at Bristol. And K-Meets immediately gets a great start in this one. Slides up the track a little bit. Jordan thought about getting to the inside right there. Didn't have enough of a run though, as K-Meets comes around. He'll easily lead lap number 1. Now he peaks again just a bit. Looking for some room on the bottom. He's not going to get it. Shrivastava already dropping like a rock here. That's the thing with Bristol. The thing about Bristol here is it's known that if you get stuck on the outside line, you're going to fall like a rock. Everybody on the inside line is going to pass you, and you got to figure out a way to get to the inside line before it's too late. As Parsons trying to make a pass on Neil Dick. Borkington also trying to make a pass on Costa here. Started 9th, quickly making his way through the field as the top two have pulled away here. Parsons up to 3rd. Neil Dick trying to defend his position, but it's going to be hard doing that. Being stuck on the outside lane and all, and he's going to fall back. Craig is up to 7th place. Costa falls back. Riley Smith as well. There's a couple 4 drivers here. Kyler Sistry and Montana Sherman, a couple teammates here into the top 10. As it gets a little bit single filed out here at the front. Jordan still very close to K-Meets here. Looking for some way to get around the 96 right now. Gutierrez making his way through the field. He's up to 13th place as Smith continues to fall back on the outside. as we complete 7 laps. Kazuko also making her way through the field as Smith slides up into the outside wall. McThydig saves it. Some big contact right there as Smith made some huge contact with the outside wall. Kazuko had to slow up because of that and got a bit bunched up there. And now it's 3 wide back here. Teammates and Nelson Reeves. Contact! They hang on to it. Alvarez trying to get the spot. Looks like he might be able to. Perkins has fallen back a ton. There's Stravostova back to almost 25th. Yeah, it's just very unfortunate if you qualify on the outside line. That's how it works, as Martin now falling back. Davidson trying to get around him. Perkins has now found the inside line. Garcia Ball making some progress here. Started second to last. 40th. Trying to make his way through the field. Not quite the last to first challenge, but close enough. K-Meat still hanging on to the lead. We've completed more than 11 laps now as Parsons has caught up to the top 2. Michael Parsons has had a pretty mediocre start to the season, but it's still somehow better than the start last season. Borkington up to 4th place. Mildick dropped back to 5th. Costa looking to try to get around ST Craig here. And the big story entering this race is Craig's ride in danger right now. Swiss trying to get around Costa. But anyways, back to SG Craig. The big storyline is Stephen McClure's son, Anthony, tried to qualify for his first ever RMS race. He's failed to qualify though. But now it's a question of if he has good performances, could SG Craig be in trouble? He's had a bad start to the season. Multiple DNQs, multiple bad finishes. Oh, contact, Gutierrez. Oh, that is tight. But he hangs on to it. Marks and Costa are going to get around him, though, as he falls back. But back to Frank here. It's a question of if he can turn around his performance and keep his seat. Could that possibly change Stephen McClure's plans as Parsons gets around Jordan here? K-Mates still has led them all so far. Nobody has been able to challenge him. Workington is also going to get around Jordan here. Doge Workington, as we all know, looking for a bounce-back season. Was stuck in at Team 49 last season. A very slow team. Neil Dick also looking to find his speed from all those years ago as they catch up to lap traffic here. 1996 was a really good season, but ever since then, he's struggled to stay consistent as he saw smoke at the front stretch. Something happened there? That was Riley Smith going on a couple few misadventures. Kind of just spins him here. And he makes contact with the inside wall. But he stays off the racing line, and the officials decide no reason for a caution there, so we stay green as he gets it back rolling. It's now having to deal with lap traffic here. Trying to get around the Solar Jackson ground here. Side by side with the 85 here, and it looks like he'll easily clear him, but Parsons will be able to close up here. Maybe have a chance for the lead right here. But looks like that chance will be right. Looks like Sistri, I think, has made some progress here. Yes, he has. He's up to 6th place here. Peter Lane also making his way through the field. He's up to just past Sherman right there, so he's up to 8th place. Gutierrez guiding some of these drivers that were farther back. Gutierrez making his way through the field as well, just outside the top 10. Very impressive run for the rookie. Yes, we got a 3-wide situation again. Oh, it's so close to all going wrong here. 3 wide through turn 2, just not ideal. Jackson Brown catches the wall again, and yeah, the kid is struggling in his debut. Not very ideal for him. And more lap traffic that the leaders are dealing with. Parsons and Doge, they're making it close, but not close enough. As K-Meat still continues to dominate. Already through 3 lap cars, that being Fox, Sierra Reno, and Jackson Brown. Lattimore up next, then Split Cruz. Scarrett not having a good start to this race. He's all the way back in 36 and struggling here. Shrivastava fell back a ton of places, but he still has a chance to gain a couple points here, even though he's running 30th. There is a chance, but Scarrett is in trouble of going a lap down here. As K-Meat continues to dominate, Parsons is closing in though, as he slides up the racetrack. That might ruin his momentum there. Maybe try to look for a run on the outside there. As Jordan looking to get around Neil Dick here, possibly. He peeked down low there just a bit. Oh, and that was a perfect move by Jordan right there. Lap traffic got in the way, and Dick is going to fall back. Craig looks like he's going to get around him as well. Side by side here. Sus try as well. He almost caught the wall there. Peter Lane also getting shuffled out. A lot of cars getting on that inside line and deciding to book it. Jonathan Marks as well, looking to get around him. Gutierrez trying to enter the top 10 here. Almost contact between McDydick and Peter Lane. There's a bit of England tension right there. English tension. Sure. But anyways, Gutierrez into the top 10. As the leaders, they deal with more lap traffic here. Orkington has gotten up to second here. He's gotten around Parsons, but has a lap car between him and K-Meats right now. He was trying to close in on Fleet Cruz here. Looks like Lattimore caught the wall a little bit. That's why he has some damage. Ooh, Orkington got loose off of turn 2. But manages to hang on just fine. As he looks down low on Lattimore, there's no room on the inside. K-Meats maybe trying to pull away here a little bit. Might have a battle developing here for the top 5. Sus try maybe looking for some room here. Maybe looking for a chance to get by the 71 as he slides way up. And I believe we are under caution for the first time today. And oh, and it is a mess, and turns 3 and 4. Neil Dick destroyed. Fondre Wilson got some damage as, or maybe there's an issue with Wilson. K-Meats almost got involved. Fleet Cruz, Skippy Larson. Looks like Jackson Brown, Kazuko. A lot of drivers involved. Let's see what happened. So, we talked about how Neil Dick was falling like a rock after getting stuck on the outside, and he just slides up, loses grip, gets into Jonathan Marks, then gets into Kellen Short, hits the outside wall, makes contact with Dan Sedgwick, which sends him almost spinning right there. He manages to keep it under control. Kazuko slams into the back of the 78, and then he slides up the racetrack. I think Alvarez might have gotten some damage in that. Vebels gets involved. Larson makes contact. Kurt Perkins also gets involved. Garcia Ball just scrapes by a bit, and then here comes a whole bunch of cars. Evans gets involved. Jackson Brown as well. And I think some, looks like Manuel Sanchez as well. Brock Moore piles in. Mark Guerrero. Prerab Shrivastava, I think, got a little bit of damage in that. Scarrett gets through cleanly. Something happens to Fleet Cruz right here. It looks like he was trying to get around Neil Dick on the inside line for some reason. but a lot of damaged cars, but not severely damaged. Looks like most of these drivers will continue. One that will probably not is, or at least perhaps not, Neil Dick. As we're under caution for the first time today. As soon as the caution comes out, everybody on the lead lap is heading to pit road here. Cammies, Doge, Parsons, Geoff Jordan, SD Craig, everybody on the lead lap here. Lap down cars will stay out, and I think Lattimore will probably get the free pass here. And yes, he does. Back on the lead lap goes Christopher Lattimore. As K-Mates rolls to his pit stall here. And he's going to pull in. Neil Dick trying to repair some damage there. Parsons into this pit stall. Jordan as well. Let's see who can win the race off of pit road. 4 tires seemingly for everyone. K-Mates will easily win the race off of pit road. Larson, I think, is a lap down. And some slow stops. Jordan and McThydick. Oh, and it's a mess off of pit road there. But it looks like Galeen McThydick will get second off of pit road. Then it's Conwell. Then it's Costa. And I think some of our other drivers has cranked out some damage in that somehow. I think. But yeah, some of our main drivers right there. Doge Workington, Ronnie Martin, Michael Parsons, Purap Srivastava, Geoff Jordan, they're having some slow stops here. A bit of trouble there for some of our cars that we're going to try to fight for the lead here as... Or what is going on here? It's a bit of a mess here as the officials try to figure out who's on the lead lap and who is not. Looks like Scarrett goes a lap down. And so... Looks like we're going back green here, so... It's a little bit of a mess of lap traffic here as... We got 24 cars on the lead lap here. Nobody has retired yet, but it's a lot of lap traffic to deal with. I think Jonathan Marks and Asher Evelyn, they're, and Kazuko as well, they're just barely on the lap here as we're getting set to go for the restart. Scarrett, I don't know why he's on the outside lane here. He's a lap down, but no penalty. Officials haven't given up a black flag yet. And we go back green. And here's a problem for K-Mates right here. He's stuck on the outside. All the lap traffic as Kazuko catches the outside wall. Gonna slow up K-Mates here. And he's gonna try to squeeze it 3 wide. This surely will not work. And it was... Oh, contact! And McThydick and Srivastava, they're down in the pavement, and I completely missed that. Probably blocks away. I suck at these camera angles. There we go. Finally got him. That's got to be a caution right there. And yes, it is. So yellow flags are out. I think Jackson Brown also damaged. Oh, and it's a pile up there, so we must have had multiple incidences. Let's look at the first one, though. Bristol is a bit of a tight racetrack here. Everybody's trying to get around Kazuko here, but Kazuko is sliding up the racetrack a ton. Gets into McThydick, who gets into Srivastava. And these guys, they're not on the best of terms. If you saw North Wilkesboro, they got into it a bit. And we're kind of fighting each other. They turned each other a couple times on the front stretch, and they get together once again, and sending both into the inside wall to bring out to, well, that's the first incident. They didn't bring out the caution initially. Right along with diving this incident. Saw him contact with the inside wall right there. We'll see if this could. Second incident here with Jackson Brown, the slower lap car. Sanchez, I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap either, but he just kind of gets into the back of Brown. And just like our first incident, sends him hard into the inside wall. That's even more severe contact than McThydig got and sends him spinning. These guys here are being ruthless. And it's Brown. Takes a bit of a slide, but continues on. And there's McThydig going by. So here's this third incident. And these last two incidents have all been under caution. The caution came up for McThydig, and what is Dan Sedgwick doing there? Gets into Jordan, and then Neil Dick and Tegan Fox get involved in that. And then it's kind of a bit of a stack up behind, I think. And it seems like nobody else got involved. But poor Neil Dick getting involved in another incident. I'm sure the officials are going to be handing out a couple small fines here and there for some of these incidents. A bit of stupidity here. This is our second caution of the race. Welcome back to Bristol. We're getting set for the restart here. Very interesting top 10 here. There was a lot of shuffling through the field through some of those incidents. Cameats is first. Ezekiel Garcia Ball, who started 40th, is up to second. Alvarez third. Conwell fourth. Kellen Short, Costa, S.T. Craig. Parsons got the free pass there. He's back on the lead lap. I think most of these are because of pit stops, but also because of our second caution, as we're getting set ready to go for the restart here, and we're back on the way. Kazuko is not fast whatsoever, and that's going to allow the top two to clear here. Cameats in. Oh, and they're spinning behind. Trouble! We got trouble again, folks, and it looked like a mess right there. And Neil Dick goes spinning again. And our third caution is out. Brock Moore, severe damage. Fleet Cruz as well. Riley Smith, Doge, Workington, poor Doge, slow pit stop. And big damage. Conwell, Lattimore, Nelson Reeves. That looked like it took out a ton of cars as well. Well, let's see what happened. So it was a whole mess going down the backstretch here. Slower car of Neil Dick kind of holding up Jordan here. Conwell, I think. Well, I don't think Neil Dick was actually involved in any incidences. But anyways, Leroy Conwell and Geoff Jordan. Conwell just kind of gets loose off of turn 2. So does Jordan. And both of them go spinning thanks to Short and Tegan Fox, respectively. But Neil Dick here, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he sees Conwell on the inside. Or no, Conwell slides up into Neil Dick, gets into Craig. Craig into the outside wall. Conwell spinning down the racetrack, gets into Reeves, who gets into Brock Moore. Smith gets involved. Jonathan Marks. And Marks, almost goes over there as Evelyn piles in. Ronnie Martin, Burt Perkins, Fleet Cruz. McThydig might have gotten some damage in that. Lattimore. I think Vebels is mostly fine in that. Oh, and Jordan just clips Marks at the end there. And there is more torn up race cars than there was before. That's for sure. Getting set ready for the restart here after our third caution. Scarrett has gotten the free pass, and big news for him, he's back on the lead lap now. Our points leader went a lap down, and he stayed out of trouble through that big incident. And so he is back on the lead lap now. He could take advantage of that with how much of a mess it has been today, but it still came in leading with Garcia Ball in second. Not sure if Sierra Reno is a fast lap car here, but we'll see here. Green flag is out. No, he isn't. But that's going to affect Garcia Ball here a little bit. He couldn't get around the 31 road. He didn't look like he got the best of restarts there as Short makes contact with the outside wall behind. Are we under caution again? Oh, it seems like it. Yes, we are. Parsons. A little bit of trouble there. There's a couple lap cars on pit road now. And just like that, quick fourth caution here. Peter Lane also involved. Let's see what happened. So it's another incident involving Jeff Jordan here. He gets turned by Mark Guerrero right there, who gets up into Peter Lane, which makes contact with Parsons here. Vebbles piles in. Big damage to those cars. Riley Smith also getting involved. Workington and looks like Scarrett, who just got back on the lead lap, gets some damage in that. Not severe damage, though. It looks like they'll continue on. So, looks like there are going to be a couple more retirements here. Vebbles probably not going to continue. Severe damage to that front end. And if he is, it's probably going to be a hoodless wonder like Doge. Jeff Jordan looking for a good run today. Looks like that will not continue, as Riley Smith as well. And of course, Parsons and Peter Wayne all involved. Another day, another restart, if you will. I don't think we've gotten a green flag lap in since our first caution, as another incident has happened. Sierra Reno got the free pass. She's back on the lead lap. She, not he. Don't make that mistake again. But the pace car will head to pit road. We're getting close to the halfway point in this race. It is lap 70. That is our halfway point as green flag back out. Casico still slow, but looks like the top two will once again get around that 64 there. As Cameats pulls away here. Garcia Ball trying to stay in contact here. Alvarez trying to get around the 64, and I believe no caution in sight. So we've completed a lap here under green. Alvarez having some trouble here getting around the lap car. Oh, and Dan Sedgwick goes spinning behind. And look at that. We have another caution. Number 6. Oh, and more trouble. Riley Smith and a couple other drivers. Oh, Luke Evans will slow down. But anyways, there was actually an incident before the Dan Sedgwick incident here. Luke Evans, contact with Caleb Lane here, sends him spinning. Scarrett barely just misses it, and then everybody does a good job getting out of the way, and I don't think that's the reason for the caution there. The double zero. Actually, that was the reason for the caution. So once again, we have another incident here. Here's the bigger incident. Dan Sedgwick, Montana Sherman, they make contact. Sherman kind of just dumps the 6 here, sends him spinning. Peter Lane getting involved. And it somehow ends up in a worse wreck, and that's why. Kyra Sistry and Mark Guerrero, after Peter Lane slid back up the racetrack together there. And Riley Smith gets involved in that big contact there. Workington gets a bit more damage in that. I don't know how that car's still running. And so, yeah, never mind. But yeah, a lot more damaged race cars once again. There's going to be a couple fines and a And another incident. There's been a lot of those kinds of incidents. Was Geoff Jordan and Oli McThydig here? And Jordan just kind of leaning on McThydig here. Sends the 91 spinning. Into the outside wall there. So let's try fourth or fifth caution. I've completely forgotten at this point. It's just wrapping up here. And still Cammy's with the lead. Kazuko got the free pass, but then suddenly she had a mechanical issue as she got her lap back. She headed to pit road and she is done for the day. Very unfortunate situation there as Cammy gets the restart here. Sharpie, not a slow lap car by any means. Could be some trouble here for Patrick as Gutierrez might take advantage of that. He's got room on the inside here. Might have a chance of a first lead change here. Can't get down to the inside. Tegan Fox gives the back bumper to the 96. And Gutierrez will take advantage of that. Angel Gutierrez is going to try to fight for the lead here. And we got our first lead change of the race. 3 wide SG Craig for second. What an aggressive move there by the veteran. He knows that his seat might be in danger. And he knows, despite all that damage to his car right there, that maybe a win will win over Stephen McClure's heart, if you will. I don't know, kind of gave up. Whatever. I saw some smoke there. I wonder if there was another incident. Teammates getting together here as Neil Dick made contact with Waldo. And I think Mitch Sherman was trying to slow down for that. And rookie mistake right there. Gets into Fleet Cruz, then gets into his teammate and sends them both spinning. And once again, the officials being a bit lenient there. No caution for that. Gutierrez now having to deal with lap traffic here. Tegan Fox and Purab Shrivastava. They're not slow lap cars by any means, but it's still lap traffic and you still gotta deal with it. Cammy's back to 5th place. Manuel Sanchez, I just mentioned he's in the top 10 somehow with that damaged race car. McThydig, I think, is a lap down. So is Kurt. Peter Lane. A lot of lap traffic here that these drivers have to deal with. Caleb Lane running very well. Luke Evans running phenomenally. So is Mark Evans. The Evans running together very well. As Scarrett trying to get into the top 10 here. This could be big. You know, I said that his competitors could advance, gain points on him. Well, it's kind of the opposite situation now. Scarrett having a great race while his competitors like Kurt Perkins, Purab Shrivastava, Jonathan Martins, they've all had bad races. They're all down there, and Scarrett's now in the top 10. He's just been a warrior. He's survived all of the carnage and chaos and going a lap down. It's been a very impressive run as Craig possibly looking for the lead here. We're halfway through this race. It's getting down to it. We're not quite close to the end of this race, but still, you want to grab the lead here. And as we've seen from Cammy's, you grab the lead, there's a chance that you might never give it up again. And Craig is just looking for that 87 to make a mistake. He's peaking low, he's peaking high. Reminder that Garcia Ball is still right behind them as he slides up the racetrack. Alvarez now closes in there. Cammy's still hanging around in 5th place. Oh, Craig slid up a bit right there. As they close in on the 8 car of Tegan Fox. Here's a chance for Craig. He's got a big run off the corner here. Got no chance of a run. He just won't give up the inside lane. You might have to use the bumper here. If I were Craig, I would use up the bumper as Gutierrez tries to get around Tegan Fox there. And that's gonna allow... That's gonna not help ST Craig at all, by all means. He got stuck on the high side right there, and now Garcia Ball, not Gutierrez, he's currently leading. Garcia Ball is looking to get around him for second. Garcia Ball, reminder, started 40th. As Gutierrez once again looks down low. Fox not being very helpful right now. 60 laps to go when he crosses the line. Getting close to the end here. Every single lap. We're getting closer and closer to probably the first win in a single day. Might get parked here soon as it slows up. Maybe Tegan Fox here. Might be trouble here, but he'll move out of the racing line. All the cars, all the leaders will get around him now. Gutierrez doing a great job of holding on to this lead right now. I gotta give him credit. For a rookie who I'm not sure has much experience with short tracks, he's doing a great job right now. He knows what he has to do. And I think currently, he just wants to get that car into the top 30 motors points, I believe. Before they get points. And yes, that is the case. He's trying to get a good run today. Maybe the past winners provisional could help him get into the top 30 motors points. Because that is a fast race for him. We've seen these past couple of weeks that car is definitely fast. It's qualified well in some races, but just hasn't had quite the finishing power. And of course, it's also the cube, which hasn't helped that much. As he currently tries to hang on to the lead, Craig's still being a nuisance right now. The top three here all looking for their first career wins here. Alvarez has one, Cameats as well. So is Kellen Short, Daniel Sanchez. This would be the third win in a row if a first-time winner once again ends up in victory lane. Craig still hunting as they catch up on a slower car, Michael Parsons. Looks like might go another lap down. 75 was the halfway point. I might have lied. But yeah, now we're getting close to about 60 laps to go. I can't tell numbers as Garcia Ball trying to get around Craig here. Tried to. There was room on the inside. Oh, and a perfect move by Garcia Ball right there. Slower lap car. 60 laps to go. Cameats now moves up to third place. ST Craig in a bit of trouble here. He can't get around Parsons. Almost contact right there as they went 3 wide. There was contact for sure. But everybody hangs on. Everybody stay calm here. Let's keep this under control. So anyways, Garcia Ball now back up to second. Wilson, fastest lap. Garcia Ball, third fastest lap. So that is definitely a good sign for Garcia Ball here. Maybe he can take advantage of the 87. Gutierrez seemingly has control right now. They're catching up on more lap traffic though. That could play a factor here. That could play a huge factor in Gutierrez either losing or winning this race here. Oh, and he slides up way up high. That's trouble. That's big trouble. Here comes Garcia Ball. Down to the inside. Looks for some room. No. Gutierrez hangs on. Tegan Fox is seemingly slow out of nowhere. Now here's Garcia Ball's chance. He easily gets by the 87. And to the lead. Ezekiel Garcia Ball. Cameats back up to second. ST Craig back up to third. Short to fourth. Gutierrez is going to fall all the way back to fifth and maybe more. Alvarez, he's stuck behind the slow car of Skippy Larson. Sanchez is a bit farther back. It's a good battle back here, by the way. But how about Ezekiel Garcia Ball and Patrick Cammeets? 1-2 once again, but it's the other way around this time as... Oh, Jordan hits the outside wall. Garcia Ball might be in some trouble here. Cammeets has had the best car all day once again. Just like Atlanta. He's led the most laps so far. And once again, he's going to end up without a victory, without a trophy in his hands, it seems like. And he doesn't want that to happen again. He has a chance right here, but the run stalls. As Garcia Ball slid up the racetrack. Now Cammy slides up a bit. This is getting a bit intense here at the end. Garcia Ball's going to cross the line here, and it's going to be 50, count 'em, 50 laps to go. And he's just hoping and praying that he can hold on to this lead. 50 more laps. And he pulled away there a little bit. Fox is still in front of him. A little bit of lap traffic in the way, possibly. If he can just easily get around the lap traffic, there's a chance that he can hang on to this lead. And he slides up once again, maybe in the middle lane. Maybe that's kind of his line right there. As Craig peeks down low. That might be trouble for Cammy here, as Garcia Ball now starting to pull away a little bit. Starting to pull away from everybody else. As Alvarez trying to get around Craig here. Gutierrez is close behind. That's very helpful for Angel. Sanchez is kind of in his own world right now. Caleb Lane not too far behind. Cammy's way up. And he's in trouble losing his second place. Trying to hang on short. Has other ideas. As Garcia Ball dealing with that traffic. Trying to get around Conwell. Trying to get around Neil Dick. Gets by them both. Oh, contact. Anton! Oh! He hangs onto it. SG Craig hangs onto it. What? That could have been another caution right there. Dick gets up into the wall. Gutierrez back up to third. Through all the insanity right there. Well, now Kellen Short might have a chance to win here. Garcia Ball makes a mistake. Quandre Wilson already went to victory lane. And maybe we have another Williams car. Wilson car? Williams car went to victory lane. That's a lot of Manuel Sanchez and Caleb Lane. Alvarez dropped a ton of positions there with that mistake, getting loose and all. And so Manuel Sanchez and Caleb Lane, they're up to 6th and 7th respectively, although Caleb Lane might be in trouble here. Trying to get around Peter Lane, the other lane. No relation at all. As Garcia Ball starts to pull away again. Short slides up the racetrack again and gets up into the wall. And looks like she'll lose the second place position here. Gutierrez, Cammy, and ST Craig will all get around here as she falls back to 5th place. And with that mistake, Garcia Ball is just gone now. He's out of here. He's on his own. Dealing with the lap traffic one by one with just over a second lead. Sanchez and Lane fighting here a little bit. Mark Evans, looks like he's gotten around Alvarez here. Scared, maybe could get around Alvarez as well. Sierra Reno and Luke Evans here, they're fighting a bit for 11th place it seems like, as Neil Dick looks like he's been called to the hauler. His day is done. You know, I said those two teammates spun up a bit earlier. Well, they're running fine. They're running about 13th and 14th. Wilson up to 15th here. Davidson, maybe not quite going to defend his win today. Shrivastava has recovered somewhat. So is Dan Sedgwick, but still, Scarrett's in the top 10. But he could make the point deficit not as bad as it could be. if he finishes in the top 20, as K-Mates was a position to keep in box. So Garcia Ball gets around another lap car. Gutierrez looking to try to get around Fleet Cruz here. Trying to make it at least close between these two drivers here. If he can. That's the thing. It's one thing passing a car. But, well, it's one thing catching a car. It's another thing passing. As now he deals with the lap car of Doge Workington. Currently 19 cars on the lead lap as it's like he'll go another lap down. Not such a good race for number 5 here today. Gutierrez could possibly gain here due to the slow lap traffic. Craig also could gain here as he's back up to 3rd place. K-Mates just hanging around him 4th short. That car just not looking very good right now. Kind of sliding all over the place right now. It's perhaps his older tires. Reminder that they've pretty much only done one pit stop here. Nobody else. Everybody who pitted that first time, who was on the lead lap, has not pitted again. And this probably makes up a couple other drivers there who went a lap down, like Scarin and other stuff like that. As Garcia Ball, 30 laps to go. Gutierrez having a bit of trouble getting around Borkington here. Craig has a chance to get in 2nd place here. He peeks down low to the inside right there as Kurt heads to pit road. He's probably gotten the black flag as well, and seems like his day will end early. A bit of a rough start for the title defense for him, but still close in the points race. A couple early DNFs for Kurt this season. Short has gone around K-Mates as he falls back to 5th. Caleb Lane up to 6th as Sanchez falls back to 7th. And maybe perhaps in the clutches of Anton Alvarez here. Scarrett fighting Mark Evans for 9th place, or defending it now. Luke Evans still in a solid 11th place. Sherman up to 12th. And Sis Try as well. Need I remind you that they spun on the restart pretty much? They've done a very nice job recovering with those fast race cars despite some damage here and there. But yeah, most of the field has settled down. K-Mates trying to get around Kellen Short here, get his 4th place back here. And Dan Cedric catches the outside wall right there. And once again, Garcia Ball has a lap traffic between him and 2nd place and 3rd place, as now there are only 17 cars on the lead lap now. Shrivastava, so far, the last car on the lead lap. As Garcia Ball completes another lap, getting close to 20 laps to go. And even with that, the tension grows just slightly, doesn't it? Caleb Lane has caught up to these two right here, K-Mates and Kellen Short. So we could possibly have a battle between these 3 here soon. Alvarez has caught up to Manuel Sanchez here, and we could possibly see a battle between them. Lap traffic getting in the way there somewhat, as Silstra looks maybe to get around his teammate here. Evans still hanging on to 11th. Very impressive drive, especially for him. He's British. I don't think he deals with short tracks that much, and this is his rookie season as well. He's doing a fine job at a short track here. 20 laps to go. Make that under 20 laps to go now. As Scare has a chance to get another position here. Alvarez got around Sanchez here as they get around Conwell, who makes contact with the outside wall, but everybody gets out of his way, and Evans is going to get slowed up here. And Evans is, actually having a pretty solid start to the season as well. He's kind of gotten into the championship conversation a bit. But the bigger conversation for him is, can he return to victory lane? He's currently on a 42 race win the streak, which seems like it could become 43 races now. Well, 97 was very much a struggle for him, especially considering what happened the season prior. He got injured, came back, won 2 races, and hasn't won since. And he's looking to return to victory lane. As a driver, of course. But he wouldn't mind returning to victory lane as an owner. He owns the 17, and Garcia Ball is doing a wonderful job of driving here. Still 17 cars on the way up, so Stravastova has gone around Davidson as he hits the outside wall. And so there are now only 16 cars on the way back. Garcia Ball just dominating the end of this race here. Gutierrez just can't keep up. And I'm not sure if that's the older tires. Maybe Garcia Ball saved a little bit. By the way, Cam Eaton's got around Kellen Short here. And it looks like Caleb Lane might as well in the Hypermax car. Hypermax, good wrench / Hypermax, I believe, is the correct term. Sanchez has fallen back to 10th place here. As these two are fighting, they finally got around Luke Evans here. Wilson trying to get around Sherman here. The Daytona 500 winner versus a possible Rookie of the Year contender. Or, well, pretty much the Rookie of the Year favorite, some might say. He just had a pretty solid start to the season, especially, maybe we don't talk about Rocky yet, but again, I gotta give credit to him and Sustrive. It seems like Ford has a bright future ahead of them. Lap traffic getting away here, a little bit of this battle right here. Under 10 laps to go for Ezekiel Garcia Ball. If he wins today, he'll become the third first-time winner in a row. This little stretch right here. Of course, it was Ronnie Martin, then Nelson Reeves, and it could be Cobb, and it could possibly be Garcia Ball, adding his name to the list, including Quandre Wilson as well. It's just, well, it's still early in the season, but that's 4 out of 6 races. It's the year of the young guns finally showing up and winning races. 6 laps to go for number 17. Some people have said that he's so inconsistent. He practices well. He kind of has trouble in qualifying. And then in the race, he suddenly has a solid finish. Sometimes it's the opposite. He usually practices well, then maybe qualifies well, and then gets a bad finish in the race. That's just kind of how his career has gone. It's a very short career, but it's kind of a disservice to him, as it's now 4 laps to go. Gutierrez trying to make it close still. Kind of cut the gap down a little bit, but Skippy Larson is not helping him right now. Lap traffic in front. Geoff Jordan, Khurram Stravastova. It probably will not matter to Garcia Ball here. 2 laps to go. This would be an incredible win for number 17 here. He's from Spain. It's a short track. Short tracks aren't that hard, but especially for these international drivers, it's probably very difficult. White flag is out. Last lap for Ezekiel Garcia Ball. Over a second advantage over Gutierrez here as he looks to get around Geoff Jordan once again here. But he's going to come out of turn 4. Ezekiel Garcia Ball, a first-time winner at Bristol, baby. Congratulations to him on the first win, and he's already retired. He's out of here. He's already bringing that car to victory lane. Gutierrez, a solid drive, ends up with second. S.G. Craig as well. Great drives for them. as they will pull into their pit stalls. My oh my, what a race. A very kind of wreck field mess of a race, but it was a race nonetheless. Was it good? I'm not sure. You make the call. But I thank you all for coming out, watching the race, and I'll see you next time for a new track on the schedule. Texas Motor Speedway. We're going there. And it's a good Texas, I swear. It's not like modern day Texas. So, anyways, I will see you all next time.